Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into something pretty cool. A modern Japanese home design. And get this, it's all visualized through the Mogiverse app.
The Mogiverse app. Yeah, I'm excited to dive into that a bit later. But you know what really strikes me about this design?
Yeah.
It's the minimalism, the connection with nature, and just like this overall sense of serenity.
Huh.
You know, it really captures those core elements of Japanese design philosophy.
It really does. And it's so evident right from the start. You see that consistent use of beige everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the walls, the furniture, the curtains.
Yeah.
It creates this feeling of spaciousness and elegance.
It's interesting because it's not just an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
The use of neutral colors like beige.
Yeah.
You know, it's really rooted in that Japanese concept of It's about emphasizing negative space, giving the eye a place to rest,
Yeah.
you know, creating a sense of tranquility and balance.
I see. And then you have the natural wood throughout the house. It
Yeah.
adds so much warmth and just makes it feel so organic and inviting.
It's true. The choice of materials is so important in Japanese design. Natural elements like wood and stone. They're not just aesthetically pleasing. They also evoke this sense of connection to the earth, you know,
Yeah.
and to traditional Japanese craftsmanship.
And speaking of connection, the way they've brought in natural light is brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
These huge windows, they just draw the outside in. It's like the line between the home and its surroundings just blurs.
Yeah, that seamless flow between indoors and outdoors.
Yeah.
It's so essential to Japanese architecture.
Yeah.
It's all about fostering a sense of harmony between humans and nature, which, you know, is more important now than ever.
Exactly. So are you ready to jump into a room-by-room tour?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm curious to see how they've translated these design principles into those more intimate spaces.
Okay, let's start in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like a master class in minimalism. The double bed is the centerpiece.
Yeah.
It's got this beautiful beige fabric headboard, and then crisp white bedding just adds to that serenity.
I see they added a brown throw, too. You know, just a little touch of warmth.
Yeah,
Keeps it from feeling too stark.
I agree. And the bedside tables, they're simple white, each with a lamp and very minimal decorations. And then they have this large white wardrobe built into the wall with black shelves.
Oh, nice.
It's so sleek and functional. And those black shelves, they add a nice little contrast.
That contrast is so key. In Japanese design, you often see this interplay of light and dark. You know, it represents the balance between opposing forces.
I never thought of it like that.
Right.
And the lighting in here is perfect for creating that relaxing mood.
Yeah.
Soft white ceiling lights and then the bedside lamps for that warm glow.
Yeah, and the light-colored wooden floor and those beige curtains just continue that sense of warmth we're seeing throughout.
It all ties together so well.
Okay.
So far, so zen.
Uh-huh.
Are we ready for the kitchen and dining area?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always interested in seeing how kitchens are designed, especially in a home like this where function and aesthetics are so intertwined.
Well, prepare to be fascinated. Okay. This kitchen is something else. It's an open plan design, which means it flows right into the dining space.
Ah, I love that.
It feels so much bigger and more connected.
Open plan living is really having a moment right now, but it makes perfect sense with Japanese design. It encourages a sense of community and togetherness.
I see what you mean. And they've really maximized the natural light with those large windows. It's so airy and inviting in here.
Yeah, and they've added overhead lighting for the evenings.
Right. So you have the dining area with a sleek white stone dining table and 6 white leather chairs.
Nice.
Above the table, there's this unique pendant light fixture. It adds a little visual interest.
It's a statement piece without overwhelming the space.
Yeah. And then moving into the kitchen itself, you see that beautiful natural wood flooring again. And more minimalist decor. It feels so clean.
Yeah.
The cabinets are white, both upper and lower, and they've got a gray countertop for some contrast.
Oh, and did you see the appliances? Black and silver? Yeah. Very sleek.
They add that modern touch.
It's interesting how they've blended high-tech appliances with this traditional design philosophy.
It works perfectly, though. Okay, are you ready to leave the kitchen behind and head to the living room?
Lead the way.
Okay, so they've actually divided the living room into 2 distinct areas.
Oh,
One for entertainment and one for socializing.
that's smart. Makes the space so much more versatile.
Exactly. So in the entertainment area, they've got a wall-mounted flat-screen TV, perfect for movie nights.
And the furniture is simple and comfortable. A light-colored wooden TV stand, a white leather sofa, and some chairs gathered around a wooden coffee table.
But the real showstopper in this room is this decorative wooden wall with a grid pattern.
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful.
adds so much texture and visual interest.
It really highlights the craftsmanship of Japanese design.
Then in the socializing area, they have this wooden shelving unit.
Mm.
It's displaying some beautiful decorative items,
Yeah.
and they've incorporated plants and other decorative elements.
It's interesting how they've used those elements sparingly. It allows each piece to stand out.
It's all about balance, and the lighting in here is so well done.
Yeah.
They used recessed ceiling lights to provide a general glow,
Mm.
and then decorative lamps to highlight certain features.
Very nice. Okay, so where to next?
This next area is bathed in natural light. It's the second living area, and it's almost like an extension of the outdoors.
The connection to nature. I was wondering how they'd showcase that.
They have these beautiful Japanese-style sliding wooden doors.
Wow.
They open up, completely blurring the lines between inside and out.
That's stunning.
And the furniture in here is just as stunning.
Yeah.
A long wooden sofa with white cushions, a single white leather armchair, and a simple wooden coffee table.
That low seating is a nice touch.
Yeah.
Very traditional.
And the natural light streaming in from the garden, it creates this magical glow. It's incredible.
It really is. This is definitely a special space.
Before we step out into that inviting garden,
Okay.
I want to touch on the technology that made all this possible.
Right. The Mogiverse app.
This entire home was designed and visualized using AI and VR tech.
Yeah, it's pretty revolutionary.
It's like you get to experience your dream home before it's even built.
That's the power of this technology.
And speaking of dreams, that's what we're going to be exploring in part 2 of this deep dive. We'll be stepping into that garden and talking more about Mogiverse and the incredible potential of AI in design. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm excited to finally see this garden we've been talking about.
Me too. It's like the perfect blend of modern design and traditional Japanese garden elements.
Yeah, let's head through those sliding doors and take a closer look.
Wow. It's even more peaceful than I imagined.
Right.
And it's not a huge garden, but it feels so spacious.
That's the beauty of Japanese garden design. It's not about size. It's about creating a sense of peace and harmony in a limited space. You know, every element is carefully chosen to evoke a specific feeling.
It's true. And the plant palette is so simple. It's mainly just different shades of green and textures.
Yeah, that restraint is so important in Japanese aesthetics.
Mm.
It's all about appreciating simplicity.
I'm really loving those traditional Japanese stone lanterns.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I bet they look amazing, lit up at night.
And they're not just decorative. You know, they actually represent enlightenment and guidance.
Wow, I never knew that. It's amazing how much symbolism is woven into Japanese garden design.
It really is. Each element tells a story.
Okay, I have to ask, what's your favorite detail?
That's a tough one.
For me, it's got to be that little bamboo fountain.
Oh, yeah.
The sound of the water is so soothing.
The sound of water is super important in Japanese gardens, you know.
Yeah.
It symbolizes the flow of time and the constant renewal of life.
I love how they've incorporated a simple stone pathway. It's like a little journey through the greenery.
That pathway is a great example of how Japanese gardens guide the visitor's experience. You're not just looking at it, you're moving through it and engaging with it.
This whole home is such a sensory experience. The textures, the light, the sounds, it's all designed to create the sense of peace.
That's exactly what Japanese design aims to do. It's about creating spaces that nourish the soul.
And we can't forget about the tech that made it all possible. The Mogiverse app has been with us every step of the way.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
It really lets you experience a space in such a tangible way.
It's revolutionizing the way we design.
Imagine being able to live in your dream home before it's even built.
It's incredible. And it's not just about seeing the final product. You can actually experiment with different layouts and furniture arrangements. You can see how different choices affect the feel of the space.
So it takes the guesswork out of designing.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk a little more about the tech behind the app. How does it work? Does it read your mind?
Not quite.
Yeah.
But it is pretty sophisticated. It gathers information about your design preferences, your lifestyle, even your budget. And then it uses that information to create a personalized experience.
So it's like a super detailed design questionnaire.
Yeah, but it goes beyond just questions. It analyzes images, learns from your feedback, and taps into these huge databases of designs and materials.
So it's constantly learning and getting better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just create cookie-cutter designs. It takes things like natural light, energy efficiency, and even feng shui into account.
Wow. So it's not just about looks, it's about optimizing the space.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
because it's virtual, you could experiment freely.
Yeah.
You know, move a wall, try a bold color scheme.
Yeah.
The AI will show you what it looks like in real time.
It's like having your own personal design team available 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of design teams, I'm curious about your thoughts on AI and the role of the human designer. Do you think AI will eventually replace humans altogether?
That's a big question.
Yeah,
I think it's more likely that AI will augment human creativity rather than replace it.
I agree. I see AI as a partner in the design process. It can handle those more technical tasks
Right.
and free up human designers to focus on the creative vision and that emotional connection.
Exactly. AI can help us generate ideas, explore possibilities, and streamline our work. But it's that human touch, that intuition that really makes a space special.
And that human touch is what we've been seeing throughout this deep dive.
Yeah.
From that minimalist bedroom to this tranquil garden, every detail reflects this deep understanding of human needs.
As technology evolves, I think we'll see even more ways to combine human creativity with the power of AI.
The possibilities are endless. And on that note of endless possibilities, I think it's time to wrap up part 2 of this deep dive. But before we do, I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about. If you could design your dream home using the Mogiverse app, what would you prioritize? What elements would bring you the most joy and functionality?
It's a great question. And as you think about your own design journey, remember that it's not just about the physical space. It's about creating an environment that reflects who you are and how you want to live.
And we'll be back in part 3 to explore even more about the future of design and the incredible potential of AI to shape the way we live and interact with the world around us. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've explored this amazing modern Japanese home and its tranquil garden all through the Mogiverse app. It's time to really dig into the technology behind it all.
Yeah, I'm excited to geek out about this a little bit. We've talked about some of the Mogiverse app's features, but I think it's important to understand how this is changing not just home design, but the future of design in general.
Right. It's not just some fancy 3D modeling tool. The Mogiverse app is blending human design with the power of AI.
It really is. It's like having a whole design team at your disposal,
Yeah.
powered by algorithms.
And one thing that's so exciting is how it makes design accessible to everyone.
Definitely. In the past, if you wanted a custom-designed home,
Mm-hmm.
you needed to hire architects and designers.
Yeah.
But with Mogiverse, anyone can play with design ideas, no matter their budget or technical skills.
It really empowers homeowners to become active participants in the design process.
Absolutely.
It's not just about giving a designer a list on what you want. You're actually shaping your dream home.
And for designers, it's an amazing tool that can help them be more creative and efficient. Imagine being able to test out hundreds of designs in just a few hours.
It's incredible. But let's get back to the AI for a second. How does it actually work in design? I mean, it's not just randomly throwing furniture into a room, right?
No, not at all. The AI in Mogiverse is constantly learning and adapting based on the user's input and preferences. It can suggest layouts, colors, materials, furniture styles, all tailored to you.
So it's like having a personal design assistant.
Exactly. And it can consider things like natural light, energy efficiency, even feng shui.
It's so interesting that an algorithm can now help us create spaces that align with those ancient design principles.
Yeah, it really shows how technology can connect us to both the past and future of design. And I think it makes us rethink the role of technology in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about gadgets and entertainment. It can be a tool for creativity and personal growth.
When we first started talking about AI in design, I was a little skeptical. I wasn't sure if it could ever really match the creativity of a human. But learning more about Mogiverse,
Yeah,
I'm seeing it as a tool that can make the design process better, not replace it.
I agree. I think AI will let human designers focus on the aspects that need empathy and ingenuity, the things algorithms can't do.
Right. It's about finding that balance between human creativity and technology.
And I think Mogiverse is a great example of that. It's not about replacing designers. It's about giving them new tools.
And it goes beyond just designing homes. This AI-powered design can be used in so many fields.
Definitely architecture, urban planning, product design.
Imagine being able to design entire cities that are sustainable and efficient.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And it brings up some ethical questions, too. As we give more control to algorithms,
Yeah.
how do we make sure they're designed with inclusivity and well-being in mind?
It's something we need to think about very carefully as we integrate AI into our lives. It's not just about the tech itself, it's about how we use it.
Right? We need to make sure these powerful tools are used ethically.
And I think it's great that we're having these conversations about the role of technology in our world.
Definitely. We need to work together to create a future where AI helps us create a better society.
We've covered a lot today, From the beauty of that Japanese home to the incredible potential of AI.
It's been a great journey.
I hope this deep dive has encouraged you to think about the spaces you live in and the role technology plays in shaping our world.
And to think about how you can be part of creating a future where design is about more than just aesthetics. It's about creating a world that's functional and sustainable for everyone.
That's a great note to end on. Thank you for joining us on this design journey. We'll see you on our next deep dive adventure.